sharing your story is and your leadership skills and what you're looking to achieve and build in the industry. You've been through your own tribulations already in cannabis in Illinois. From Illinois, you were part of the lottery. I would love for you to kind of speak on that experience and what
Yeah,
you dealt with there. And then you went to Michigan because it
yeah,
seemed like Illinois was following through. And then here we are today, and you actually are an operator in both states. So congratulations. But let's talk
yes.
through that process and what you went
Thank
through.
you. Thank you. So, with the entire backstory, my wife dropped the paper on my desk and Illinois was going. I was like, I got to figure this out. Put up my star clusters. That's what we say in the Army. It's like your help signals, and reached out into my network. I continue to be who I am in any type of community or environment, and so therefore I'm able to reach out, ask, communicate effectively, and good feedback that helps me create a plan and work that plan. So I reached out to my West Point network initially, and that's where I was able to befriend Todd Scatini, and he has a consultant company, Harvest 360, along with another good friend of mine, Josh Alper. And they have a consultant company that essentially helps any individual that has either the acumen or the capital that is interested to get a license in anywhere, help them navigate that process. And so they've been able to do some things where essentially they are being, because Todd is a career retired lieutenant colonel from the military.
Oh,
And he has a story where he saw the writing on the wall, had a challenging upbringing, and had to just really do his best to be his best, and saw the opportunity in cannabis and how it can help veterans, and understood the war on drugs and how it was disproportionate to some individuals as opposed to others, and is a leader of integrity. And because of that, he built this opportunity to help those who he can align with achieve greater success by just kind of walking it backwards. So understanding what the law is and ensuring that you put forth the best exhibit or you have the best resources available to you. And that's what they were able to build. And I seen him in a podcast, reached out, and we had a conversation. And after one conversation, he's like, dude, however, whenever, whatever, why ever, let's do this.
love it.
Like, you know, green light, right? And I was like, and I'm thankful, I'm appreciative, right? Same how I met you. And that being said, I was able to utilize some of his resources in order to put forth an application to the Illinois license, where I had one where I was 100%, and I had one other where I was a partner, but the social equity owner.
Okay.
And what I was able to do was utilize some of the examples and the resources to build my application. So in January 2nd, crazy story, I brought in New Year's with the family on January 1st of 2020. Next morning, I flew out on New Year's Day because the applications were due in person. I think January 2nd was the day, or January 3rd, I forget. But I spent the entire day just kind of dotting my I's and crossing my T's. But between September and January, I put together like almost 300 or to 350 page application to submit to Illinois,
Yeah.
right? Crazy. Like, it was, but what's more ironic is that like that's nothing that I hadn't learned in the military already. Man, I went to West Point. Like, I was putting together like, oh my gosh, let's put it together before it's too
Yeah.
late. And it's the same, kind of what you deal with in the military. It is limited resources, limited time. You got to put forth the best quality thing that you can put forward. And I was ready. I was ready, and I'm thankful because I've always tried to be prepared. Because as a youth growing up in an area that may be over policed one reason or another, and you may have to experience things at a young age that hindsight is like, That wasn't right.
Mhm.
Right? I had to be prepared.
Yeah.
I could have excuses, but preparedness can mitigate that excuse.
Yeah.
I did not want to be a statistic. I did not want to bring my mother strife, angst, heartache, and pain.
Yeah.
And we see it time and time again. And we point fingers. Well, you should, and they should, and he should, and this, there. None of that
Yeah.
matters. Let's be restorative. Let's change it. Let's be real, right? And where does it start? Well, it starts with the politics. It starts with the mothers and fathers and whatever. Everybody start at your level and start.
Yeah.
We can all put forth something that matters that's going to make everybody better and have integrity behind it. It is that simple.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be for who you say you are for and be who you say you are.
Yeah.
So, I align with Todd, 350 pages, and I'm just twiddling my thumbs. And it is May of 2020. January 1st also is when recreational became legal in Chicago. May of 2020 is when we were supposed to know who would be awarded. And oh, by the way, March was Armageddon and pandemic, George Floyd. We had everything that was anything you could ever think of. It was out of a book.
Yeah.
It was
It was
crazy.
crazy during that time.
Life was different. People wore suits to go to get groceries, and basketball stopped, and baseball stopped. You telling me baseball, America's pastime, is not happening?
Right.
You telling me 6 foot, 7 foot giants are not playing? Because what's real is that we are all connected, and we got to stop acting like we're not.
Right.
And one person being exalted and another person being ostracized, like it won't affect us somehow, some way.
Right.
Like, yeah, sit down and understand that this life is very precious that we very much take for granted.